Righto, so what I did learn from the filming of that last video with the phone is to have the phone turned sideways, or you'll have all your videos in that up and down, whatever mode that is. Yeah, so we'll just grab the keys to the Colorado and it's going to go on its I guess you could say death drive. It's going into its parking spot where it's going to be pulled apart for the HG. So we'll just disconnect from the trailer here. I dropped a dead tree that was behind my shed and managed to drop it directly on my shed, but because the tree was so dead, it didn't really do any damage. Yeah, but we'll disconnect the trailer and take this up to its spot. Gee, I love these utes. I should really get a look out dog, I'll run you over. Yeah, I should really get a twin cab one to burn around in. That's the parts car for my VB. Look at all this gear everywhere. Really need to cut down on some cars so I can focus on just the one project. Righto, that's where she's going, up beside the Camaro there, beside the hoist. Let's get this thing up in there. Righto, there she is. Whew. Sad day, but exciting day. That means we'll be making more progress on the HG. Righto, so in this episode it'll just be tearing down that Colorado to get it ready to go into the HG. So let's hope you enjoy it. It won't be as exciting because it'll just be pulling apart a Colorado, but it's all part of it, I guess. Righto, so we've got our marker and our tape. So we'll go along and get all the wires that we can taped and marked so we know where they come from. That way when I rip them all apart, I know roughly where they come from. Get this cover off so I can get to a few more. There we go. Sit that down there. Look at them all. Crikey. Anyway, let's see if this magic click of the fingers that I see everyone else do, see if it works for me. Ready and done. Righto, well there's a few of the ones done, and if I can't figure out which is main earth and main power, I probably shouldn't be touching it to start with. And the computer ones, yeah, they should be pretty self-explanatory, but just all these random ones like that airbox airflow meter or whatever it is, that one, AC, most important, intake pipe, wipers, and the other ones I'll get to as they become more accessible. Yeah, but that's the start. Just starting to rain here, so probably can't see it, but yeah, it's a start. Okay, there we have it. So clicking of the fingers has worked out a little bit here. So we'll just keep cracking at it and keep labeling things as we get more and more off. Well, here it is. Officially killing this ute. No more power. Is it going to come off? No, need a little bit more. Well, there it is. Ain't no coming back from that. Now it's time to get serious about ripping this out. Okay, we've got the radiator out, but I'm keen to know if this bad boy will fit, if I can reuse this radiator, or if I have to get another one made. Oh, crikey. Let's see. Nope, not a chance. Yeah, she's probably about 6 inches too high. Oh well, I'll just get a normal radiator for one of these, and I see what's what for the right side outlets and go from there, I guess. Bugger. Okay, so another sunny day in Queensland, as you can tell. Now I've got this all unbolted. I've got the shifter. There we go. Got the shifter knocked out. Cross member out on the ground. Everything under there unbolted, oil drained. So hopefully we don't make a big mess here. So basically just unclip the loom from the computer and just leaving it all on the engine. So hopefully I don't make a mess of that. But I'd like to time lapse this, but I've got nowhere to hold me phone while I pull this out. And to keep it PG-13, it's probably for the best I don't record it. So anyway, leave it with me and I'll see if I can knock this out here. Well, here we go. It's a bit of a push here. Hung up on the stump. Oh no! Oh, hung up on something around here again. Oh no, my oil line. Oh no, that's coolant line. Got a bit of a stretch. Just hooked on the front there. Hopefully, give the car a bit of a shove. We're going to crash into that mirror. Rightio. Well, there we have it. As you can see, I cut the front off the car. Just this little section back here that the bonnet latch goes to. I very much doubt anybody is going to spend the time and effort to get this thing back on the road after I pretty much gut it for every single bit of it. So yeah, that's it, got her out. Stoked. Just knocked the old steering column back out because wouldn't mind seeing how this goes, because then it gives me blinkers, ignition, horn, all the doodads, all in the one thing without too much drama. But, well, maybe less drama. Ugh. Crikey, it looks like it might stick out quite a ways. Let's see if I can prop this up here. Will it? Oh, crikey. Man down. Oh, we'll see how that goes. I think you're looking at the ceiling. Now you're looking at the floor. Let me get something now. Crikey. Righto, let's see how that goes. So, what would that be? That way. Well, that sticks out a long way. Needs to be. Can I get that to cut through there a bit? There we go. Yeah, it needs to be more in there. Got all this dash in the way. I wonder if it's still worth going down this route. Because what's that? That's got an inch or so of up movement. Now I can tilt the wheel. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Like, turn that back around. Like at the moment, that's stopping there, so it's like oh, that's really dark. So that's, you know, inch and a half down that the wheel can go up more. It will look like arse because of these big bulky new steering wheels, but I might be able to get like a Boss kit because I don't need the airbag or anything. Yes, or should I use the original column and then try and retrofit all these doodads of the ignition onto it? I'll get back to you on that one. So I've roughly got that in its spot, and if you come around here, so obviously that needs to be shortened somehow, and then we've got the steering shaft there. So if I can somehow knock a couple of inches out of that up there and move that all back, because this is also the slip joint as well, so it's got play there, but obviously we don't want to have it have that maxed out, because the last thing you want is loose steering. But yeah, I might pull that back out and we'll have a look and see if it's possible to shorten that up anywhere, because I don't think you're allowed to like cut and weld and stuff on steering, but we'll see if there's any splines or any other doodads that can be done to shorten that up a bit. Had a little bit more of a play, so I took the column shroud off, which actually let it sit up, and it's actually mounted, bolted up to the original mounting spot there, but the steering wheel's at full tilt, and I'd like it to be a little bit higher and probably a little bit further out. I'll probably grab the seat, throw in it and see where it sits and feels, but I'm going to knock it out, remove that there and slip it off the spline, make a plate for here so this bolts up to it. Oh sorry, didn't get that on camera. So I'll make a plate, point the camera, that's it. Make a plate for there, bolt this up to there, and then I can slip that back in and see where the steering wheel sits then, to see if I need to shorten that shaft or if it actually puts the steering wheel where it might need to be, and then just make another mount off that column rather than doing everything else, because then I can put that mount like lower on the column, which will raise the steering wheel up and so forth, because as you can see with this column, that mount basically sits halfway on the column, where the mount on this new one actually sits above the line of the column shaft. So yeah, by moving that down, it'll slip that column up into that groove, and yeah, that might be the way to go, but I won't know until I get it all out and spend some time making these brackets and so on, and cover plates, and yeah, we'll unbolt it all and see how we go. Righto, so I just thought I'd show you what I meant. See how the mounts for this column sit on the high side, and the mounts for this column sit directly in the center. And you can see what I mean, how the steering wheel sat a little close to the dash. So by this here, there we go, so that's 14 inches from the face of the wheel to its mounting point. And this one here is, say, 18 inches, so 4 inches, which is actually how much this here needed to come back. Well, I think it was about 3.5, but you know, close enough. So by actually changing this mounting point, 3.5 inches back, will in fact put the steering wheel in its original location and bring this this swivel joint, that bracing joint, back to the firewall to be mounted. So if that works like it should, that'll be amazing. But yeah, I won't hold my breath just yet. Actually, I just had an idea. This bracket is actually bolted on there, onto this original column. So essentially I could unbolt this bracket, boop, put it on there, and then I've got all the original pickup points to have it bolt in. Like, even though these this distance here is actually the same up there, same distance as that there,
but I'll be able to get that extra mounting point. Yeah, and then so obviously that thickness is a little different. I can't get those any closer, but you know, could just make a little gusset just off to each side onto it. I think I'm gonna try for that, and then you know, I can just chop that bracket off, just leave that pickup point for the spring there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to shoot for. I've just knocked that shaft off the end of the column and just made it just an aluminium plate, so I didn't have to spend ages making a solid steel one just to find out it doesn't work. So by having that mounted on the inside like it was on the Colorado, I've only got an inch or so of spline shaft inside there, which I'm not super keen on. So what I'm going to do is slip this back out again, and then see if I can have this coupling on the outside, which will, you know, space it down and put more shaft into that spline. So I'll just quickly grab that out and we'll have another look. There we go, that's much better. So you can see there's probably about probably nearly 2 inches worth of spline in that there, and this sitting up here on the outside is much better. So there's, I don't know if you can see it, I don't know. So there's clearance there. Problem is there's not much clearance on this rubber boot here, so I think that bit there, we'll just fold that down, and then yeah, so can't get the camera in there, but there's clearance there, but we'll probably just massage. So we'll massage this bit here, and yeah, that bit there, and there should be plenty of clearance. Like, I'm happy with here to start with, but you know, a little bit more is always good. Yeah, not so happy about that. Like, that's probably like, oh, what would it have been? Probably just under 10 mil, but you know, fold that down, there's like 20 mil of clearance there then, and we're all good. So I'll just grab some Tech screws and just Tech screw that up there, and then we can slip that column back in and just see where that's going to sit it, and it'll give it plenty of room for the exhaust to head down through there. So that's only loosely mounted there, not welded up or anything, but yeah, I don't know if I can get this in the one shot. So turning steering wheel, turning wheels, turn back the other way. That wasn't full lock, it was just, yeah. So yeah, and that's the original spacing. Oh, you can't see bugger all through there. Yeah, but that's the original spacing from the dash. So that actually worked out really well. And so that's all, using all the original pickup points under the dash. Still got, what way does that go? The tilt. Yeah. Yeah, so it's still got the rag joint and everything. Nothing cut and welded or anything on the steering shaft side, because I think that's all a big no-no. So yeah, just made it all fit with little to no effort, really. Yes, that's going to work out well. I still need to put another screw in that and bang that over. But yeah, proof of concept achieved. Oh well, gone and done it again. HX prem. Yeah, she's a 308 turbo 400 car. AC. It's in reasonable condition. Yeah, see. Whew, I need to put the window down. No carpet's good. Hood lining. And if you can see, that needs a good wash. And it's come out from the corner. Needs the trim pulling down and poking back in. But yeah. It'd be nice if it had the sports dash, but oh well. Win some, lose some. Yeah. But just give her a bit of a tidy up and see if we can turn this into a bit of a daily cruiser while we're waiting on the Monaro to get done. Anyway, that's enough on this thing. Back to our regular viewing.